welcome to another episode of Cabin Chronicles, where we chat in the cabin of BGen leaders to take a sneak peek into their lives. I'm your host, Debulina Banerjee, and today we have Mr. Siddhartha Shankar, who is the head of Renewals. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, sir. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Same here, my pleasure.
Absolutely. So, sir, can you tell us what made you venture into the world of insurance?
It's a very interesting story, I was doing very well for myself in paints industry. I was the branch manager of one of the largest operations of that company, and the youngest. So I had the energy levels were like pretty high. Very large team, a large godown, a large office, and an AC with a desktop. So that AC and that cabin, everybody in summers used to sit because people will like they were sweating. So that was not a very personal space, and that desktop was like large monitors. From that, I came to my home one day, and I saw my sister was doing the course in BA insurance in Delhi University. That was the first year that course got launched, and I saw that she was sitting with somebody who had a laptop in 2001-2 was like, my dad, he's a very senior bureaucrat in Government of India and IAS officer. He also did not have a laptop. So when the guy was sitting with a laptop, I was like, this guy must be somebody big. Unimaginable, yes. And then after 15 days, my sister joined that company. She became an intern there, and she also had a laptop.
Wow.
It was like a scenario where I was like, hello, I am nobody. She has arrived and I'm struggling, and she is 7 years younger to me. And that day I decided that I will definitely move into something as lucrative, as attractive as insurance. And, as life would have it, I got a call from ICICI Prudential. And ICICI Prudential Life Insurance was and interestingly, because when you are in paint industry, you do not, because you travel a lot, so you do not have formals. You have got, and I was handling complete Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh as a territory. It's a large territory where the flights don't operate. So what had happened, they called me for an interview, and they said, can you come tomorrow morning? It was 4:30 in the evening. And in Rajasthan, you call it mojaries. They are like jutis and not shoes.
Okay.
So I, being a FMCG person, I only had t-shirts in my wardrobe and only had cargos with typical Rajasthani mojaries and a large mustaches. And I was like, how will I give the interview in a formal setup? Because I saw my sister's boss was like formally with suit and all. That night was very interesting. I borrowed almost everything. I borrowed shoes from somebody, a pair of shoes. I borrowed a formal trouser, because those days, 2001, it was not like I reached Delhi for an interview and it was 8. So the shops were closed. There were no malls type per se. So that is what an experience that I had. And
Wow.
I mean, after that, I think it just, I moved on.
So you mentioned that you started with life insurance,
Yes.
and a little bird told us you have also worked in like you are working in general insurance, and you have also worked in the health insurance
Correct.
industry. So from different insurance sectors, how do you kind of get acclimatized to different environments, and how different was one to the other?
Okay, let me put it this way, that life insurance is all about commitment for life. When they say that, if something happens, then for sure means that you are not going to be there, and that money will go to somebody, the beneficiary, which is the family. So the customer needs to have that belief that in my absence, somebody is there to handhold my family. It's like that long lasting commitment, a trust that you have to build up in the scripts, and then you get into a health insurance space where it's very close to life insurance, because In health insurance, again, there are very high probabilities the customer has taken it for himself. And when something happens, it's he's immobile. He is in the hospital. So somebody can take care of the scenario and take care of the family, and the money should be given on time and all that stuff. Again, that requires a strong hand holding and trust. From there, getting into a industry which is more transactional. It's like a car insurance which is renewable every year, a house or a laptop. So there, it's the customer knows the best price and the best claim settlement is what he's expecting. That's what, the smaller parts of it. But the bigger part of it was when I was seeing that, I used to feel I am from life, they are from general. But when I joined the general industry, I realized the agents, the intermediaries, the selling partners, they were same. And what I used to believe that they are different was actually the same guys on the sales front. We were not ready to accept that they are different or they are same, because the agents sell life, health, general, property, loans, etc. We are thinking in our compartments, no, they are different. So actually, it's that one thread of the customer focused approach of the agent with which he works with the customer, and we think that we are in life, so we'll only sell life. We think we are in health, so we'll only sell health. We have to think from a seller point of view. He is expecting a holistic solution, and that solution will come once you start giving him that long offering, that trust which comes embedded in your conversation, the longevity of the careers. Typically, when I'm talking about Bajaj, the biggest reason why intermediaries trust Bajaj is because our employees, very proudly, because I've seen multiple companies, around 6 of them, our employees have got the longest tenure. So the agent knows if they are saying, then this guy maybe will be in different department, but he will be in the company, and the word that he has given will be true even after 5 years. So that's why there is a respect for the brand Bajaj General.
I see.
And I don't see really you know that these are different compartments. This is one customer looking for a holistic solution.
Yes, absolutely. It's a trust and commitment that plays throughout, from the employees to the agents, and then the agents to the actual
Customer.
buyers.
Absolutely.
Yes,
That
sir.
was a big learning for me.
I see. So moving on, have you only ever handled a sales role?
No, in fact, I used to feel sales is the only way you can really do a meaningful job. And on a lighter note, I used to feel the back office guys. By back office, I mean everybody other than sales. How illiterate I was. I used to wonder, why do they get their KPIs? Why would somebody rate them high? What are they doing? We do the work. They are only punching, which is completely non-value added. So when I joined this company called Aditya Birla Health, and it was like I was the first few employees. So after a year, I realized, of being the head of sales, I realized there was something that is missing at the back end, which means the policy operations, the product marketing, the communications, the renewal journeys. And I used to always have cribs that is not working, that is not working, that channel is not doing it. So my CEO one day in the review said, so that since you are so passionate about their issues, why don't you come this side of the table? So that was the first time when I moved into strategy for Aditya Birla Health, and I was taking care of all the things, like overall, from I was a conduit between sales and the operations, from policy processing to policy tats to common challenges, journeys, brochures, the technology. And that's the time when I shifted to this side of the table. And then I started realizing that, OMG, this is again a hell lot of a job. I mean, a job where people work hard, but they don't get to show off to the world that they are working hard. And that's when I realized that why it's like a complete holistic company approach, which then leads to a successful sales.
Yes.
That's what I realized.
Wow. So you were in the strategy role for quite a bit, and then again you moved back to sales. Why is
Correct.
that?
A sales guy always looks or maybe craves for appreciation, which is which is like instant gratification. I did a great month. You can always stand up and say, I did a great month. And the leaders or the CXOs really look forward for it. Wow. They instantly say wow. But when you're in the function which is more like strategy, it's like a bamboo shoot. For first 6-8 months, there is nothing that is visible. And the presentations are only about something will come. And that something will come, a sales guy is not getting that kick that when will I show this? It has to come. And but the bamboo wood takes its own time for it to then multiply after 8 to 12 months, then it will start. So that restlessness in me, I think I was a little half baked in terms of at that time on the resource, on the talent piece, कि मुझे वो click नहीं हो रहा था कि it will take time. So that instant gratification hunger that I had made me to again move back to sales.
I see. You needed a lot of adrenaline to
Absolutely,
give you that.
absolutely right. I mean, it was very much required.
Yes, sir. So, coming to your department, can you tell us more about the workings of the renewals team?
It's that department which is so close to the customer. I'm so excited to be in this department for numerous reasons, because when we sell without actually having the knowledge what the customer is currently engaging with the company. There is complete science behind which the sales guy is not able to see. He sees that 30 minutes of conversation, he gets that success or he gets that failure. But there is a science. The science is the behavior of the customer across different platforms. He is clear, the customer is clear what he is looking for, which platform he is looking from, what solutions is he expecting. He is behaving, he is leaving footprints. Those footprints is what then renewals comes into picture and starts making the footprints or the dots become one.
So, connecting the dots,
Connecting
basically.
the dots.
I see.
Because after I realized came here, we used to bombard, spray and pray, that we used to just bombard with messages, and we used to get renewals. Then when I came here, I realized that if that bombardment can be more scientific, why should a customer get 5 messages if he is not clicking on it in the last 25 in 3 years? Why should I send him messages again? I should rather try his favorite platform where he's exhibited its footprint, maybe a WhatsApp. So that, how will I get to know? If I use tools, if I use agents who are analytics based, something which is more buzzword, which is like agentic agents.
I see.
So I started bringing those ideas thanks to Tapan sir, who trusted in me and who gave me that opportunity, that sales acumen with a process understanding, we can make a great renewal team. So the things that I loved about this role is we are knowing exact what he's doing. So when he comes and gives a negative feedback on NPS, we get to know. So we know that this is not the right time to approach him for anything else. If he's coming and giving us satisfactory claims experience or a wow, we know this is the time when he's happy to actually propagate our name to multiple people. When he's searching on the net and he's leaving his footprints there, I know he is now looking for what all solutions. This all is possible because of the world which is agentic AI. And I'm very proud that this taught me in the last 4 or 5 months a complete different science which I was as a sales guy never even had thought of. A word called LLM was a Greek word. Today I actually am doing so much on that lines. So that is a very proud feeling that thanks to the organization, this role is teaching me so much about how the customer thinks and behaves, and we can strategize our activity, including helping sales to give a holistic solution to the customer.
I see. So, you mentioned that renewals is very close to the customer, right? And in India, we see that the general insurance penetration is very, very low. So, do you see any particular trend in customer behavior when it comes to, say, suppose renewals?
Absolutely. Because
Okay.
what happens is that, as a customer, there are multiple, there are Gen Zs who have started reacting now. There are millennials who are there. There are baby boomers who are there.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them thinks or looks at that painting with a different eye. You know, everybody is looking for that his need getting answered. So the renewal actually is trying to address the need of every customer. We are trying to understand his footprints and how his footprints can be customized to his next best offering. A new kid on the block is looking for smaller, bite-sized, affordable solutions
Yes.
which can fit into his pocket. He's looking for a solution where somebody can fund him. You know, I mean, imagine now there are for in the credit card statement they show it in a different color. If you bought a 3,000 rupees apparel, they say can you take it? You can take it on a EMI.
EMI, yeah.
So same. That's where the new kid on the block is expecting. Can I get a funding for it? But a baby boomer is looking for a complete solution, a solution which says, hey, I'm going to be there with you in the difficult times and I will completely cover you. You know, that complete cover means he's ready to pay, but he's expecting a complete coverage. That understanding is actually now requires a very customized offering when it comes to renewals, because the customer comes in with the intermediary support, but after that it's us who have to handhold him in the whole journey.
I see. So another thing that I personally feel is that Gen Zs would want something, a product offering, which is easy on the pocket, whereas a baby boomer has earned throughout his
Right.
life, so he would be willing to spend more to get
Absolutely.
a better quality product. So I think
Absolutely.
that is also how.
Absolutely, bang
Yeah.
on. I think I've rubbed off to you, and now you are also, trying to.
I saw it through my own lens actually.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so now that there are certain like in certain sectors there are relaxations, say suppose after the health insurance there's this zero GST that has been introduced. So whenever something like this happens, do you see that the customers are tending to buy more of that product, say suppose more health insurance or more of a product, insurance product where certain relaxations have been put into effect?
You know, putting it simply, the kind of passion with which Tapan sir works, it completely is now getting converted into actions. In GI Council, I think the way he was driving the zero GST,
Yeah.
it was talking about what the customer is expecting, because it's that money which the customer can rather put it back in his increasing the sum insureds.
Yes.
You know, when the zero GST came, I am very proud to tell you that the customers who were at a 3 lakh sum insured, 63% of them jumped 2 lakh up.
5 lakhs.
5 lakhs. You know, because they saw that saving can be plowed back into the coverage protection.
Exactly.
I mean, even a 25 lakh sum insured customer thought that he should now go in for a 76% of those customers thought he should go in for a 50 lakhs, because the saving can be translated back into the coverage. So it is clearly getting exhibited. I mean, the whole customer behavior is coming towards that.
Yes.
And rightly so, because the medical expenses are going up.
Yes, exactly. That's true. So now moving on to the more personal side of you. So what do you enjoy doing aside from working?
Okay. For a lot of people, COVID was a bad patch. But for me, COVID came with a learning on the health side. You know, I became more aware of my health. I started paying more attention towards myself, that inner being, that I exist and I breathe. You know, and that made me get into spirituality, towards yoga, towards meditation. So what I do In my free time, there are two things. One, I listen to all the latest stuff on Gen AI, which is my new love, and on meditation. So that's are the two things that I've subscribed to multiple podcasts on Gen AI. And in the whatever time then is left, I just calm myself down and I just enjoy the chirpiness of the birds and be with myself.
Yeah, so you mentioned about AI and all. So, is there any old hobby that you would like to revisit again?
Yes, it's those beautiful thoughts. I will go back to my school days. Uh, I mean, in 1993, in my school, the school organized a bonsai club where I happened to, nominate myself. And in that, I learned this art. For 1.5 years, I was like struggling, but my mother and I together picked it up. So by the time 1995 came, I was pro in that. I had put up exhibitions. By 1996 in Delhi, I used to put up multiple exhibitions. I had 300 bonsais.
300.
300, yes.
Oh my God.
And it was like every day around 2.5 to 3 hours because it was college days. You had time, you had all and the young lad would always, I mean, some people show it off with guitar to the girls.
Yes.
Somebody's with 5 girls sitting and playing guitar.
Yeah.
I did not know. So what could I have done? I used to, just
Impress them with your
impress them
bonsai
with
collection.
my bonsai collections and, come over to my house. And it was like, that awe. That awe was like, would make my day.
Oh, sweet. That's amazing. I really think that you should revisit it because it's such a unique hobby. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but it requires a lot of, it's like
patience.
parenting. I have got one
daughter.
one daughter, and I enjoy parenting her. So I'm just trying to learn with her. So I feel that that in itself takes a lot of time.
I see.
So maybe once I'll grow old and once she'll be into her own life, is when I will bring it back, the bonsai thoughts back.
Yes, you should, absolutely.
You made me revisit those things, those wires and how you cut the roots and how you then take care of the, putting the whole thing back in the pot. It's a very interesting science.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And since you're already liking one, branch of science, that is AI and, LLMs and all of that. So why not go back to biology?
Definitely.
Yes.
I think I'm sure I will go back to that. Definitely.
Absolutely. So we have almost come to the end of our interview, and I have one final question for you, and that is, what is it that makes the BGen culture unique?
It's okay. It's really, really, I'm happy you asked me this question, and I want to say to the world with proud. I worked with around 7 organizations, and I'm honestly telling you that every organization there was one thing missing, and that one thing was, it's this organization where people stay longest, and I know what I'm talking. I worked with one of the beautiful organizations called Max Life, but here the longevity of the careers are far, far long. And you know what? I'll share with you guys one simple thing. In the second year of my tenure, I was in after joining Bajaj. Second year, it was my daughter's birthday, and we were cutting a cake in the evening, and the doorbell rang. There was a cake, and guess what? The cake had a line saying "Happy Birthday, Advita" from Tapan uncle. My daughter was very curious. Who is he? I mean, I have not heard his name, and that's the time when on the celebration table the name Tapan uncle came up. Now my relatives know Tapan uncle, my wife, my neighbors. It's unbelievable. I can't criticize Tapan uncle now. Let me, because he is so core in the happiness. On my anniversary, I got a very beautiful plant. So my wife also now feels that there is somebody in the organization who is taking care of us. You know, it's so personalized. And I mean, I've worked in my previous organization, like Aditya Birla Health. I was one of the founding members. They used to just cut the cake in office, but here it's reaching out to the family. It's not about cake cutting. It's about the family getting touched. And the word "I care for you" was something which is like, now my family feels that my husband is in safe hands. The organization is so caring.
Yes, that's why the tagline "Caringly Yours."
Caringly yours.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel a lot of pride to say that, Nikhil came up with, the tagline, and it kind of resonated throughout the organization, which is why it's such a big deal.
Absolutely. And I think you are doing an amazing job of pulling out the inner stories and making people speak. I would not have shared so much. In fact, this is the last line which I shared is very, very close in my heart.
Yes.
But you made me, speak out. Why Bajaj?
Thank you. And I appreciate that you took it in your stride and came up with it candidly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another episode of Cabin Chronicles, where career and curiosity collide. Thank you.
Thank you.